Good morning, sons. Today, we continue our meditations on the Lord's Prayer. Remember, it was one of the disciples who asked him, Lord, teach us how to pray, as John taught his disciples. What did they saw and heard in Jesus' prayer that prompted them to ask him about how to pray? Think about that question. What did they saw in that? Now, the point of today's meditation is a biblical important truth. God as our Father. It is critical for us to understand this, and it's very important for how we communicate with our God as a Father. His model prayer begins with the words, Our, then Father. This statement identifies who we are in relationship to whom we are talking to. In this case, it is us as a community and God as a Father. The idea of God as a Father had been presented to Israel since the time of Moses' final speech to the people of Israel, right before his death. Moses said to the people of Israel in Deuteronomy 32:6, Do you thus deal with the Lord, O foolish and unwise people? Is he not your Father who bought you? Has he not made you and established you? This concept is a continual thread throughout the Old Testament. Moses makes the point, but also the great prophets Isaiah, Jeremiah, and Malachi, as they call for reformation with words loaded with love and grace. Of course, David, the man after God's own heart, blessed the Lord by acknowledging God as a father in a public prayer. And the great King Solomon referred to God's discipline as a parental activity. But in the New Testament, Christ makes the point over and over. Mostly every sermon, statement, conversation, he brings up his Father. 40 times, just in the Gospel of Matthew, Christ makes God, his Father, the center of the conversation. He came to reveal to us his Father and introduce a new idea to his disciples, that God is also our Father, and that he loves us deeply, constantly, and forever. So, if Christ made this point over and over again about God being our Father, and if this was the center of his conversation, of his message, then this concept of God as our Father must be the center of our thinking, our decisions, and our identity. God is our Father. I am the Son of God. The question I have for you this morning, when you pray, do you understand the deep meaning of God's fatherhood to you? Do you understand the power and responsibility that comes with your position as a son of God? Do you trust God as your Father? And finally, do you truly love God as your Father? Christ came to this world for one purpose, to reveal who our true Father was. And he told us to bless our God every time we call upon him for any reason with the following words. Our Father, who is in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And do not lead us into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.